Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over an updated draft of my Game Week 1 team. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your current squads looking like, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I have had a change in goal. Ward is still there, the 4 mil keeper. Doesn't really matter about him, can be any 4 mil keeper. But I've actually changed Sanchez to Miguel. I mean, this could be any of the Forest starting goalkeepers, really. We don't really know who it's going to be. It could be Sells, it could be Miguel. It's definitely not going to be Turner. As a Forest fan, I feel like it will be Miguel because we've just brought him in. And it's just kind of to stop all of the set piece problems. That's why we brought in two really tall kind of defensive players with the goalkeeper and then obviously the defenders as well. But yeah, for 4.5 mil, it'll either be him or Matt Sells. But the fixtures for Forest are just so good, and we weren't terrible defensively last season. It was just the set pieces that were really hurting us. And if we've kind of like tightened that up a little bit, the first 10 fixtures look really nice, and then I can just wildcard in game week 10 if I need to, and just get rid of him because they've got Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves, Brighton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Leicester and West Ham in the first 10 game weeks. The only tough fixtures are Liverpool away and Chelsea away. Barring that, they could easily keep a clean sheet in any of the other fixtures. And you know, Sanchez was my 4.5 mil goalkeeper, but they just got destroyed by Celtic. They have just brought in a new goalkeeper as well. If he is priced at 4.5, I'll probably go to him. But it's just not looking good for Sanchez at all, and I just don't think he's going to be the starting goalkeeper. I just don't think he's very good as a goalkeeper, really. So yeah, I feel like they'll probably just not get rid of him, but he will be the kind of second choice goalkeeper. And so I feel like a lot of people after that Celtic game have had the kind of same thought, especially with the new signing as well. So this could still be any of the 4.5 mil goalkeepers, but I'm not really kind of I'm not really convinced by many of them because the fixtures just aren't that good. Like, obviously, Dean Henderson, really good goalkeeper. Fixtures aren't great. You got Flecken, who's a decent goalkeeper. Fixtures aren't great. And obviously, Sanchez, fixtures are great, but probably not going to be the goalkeeper now. I feel like the Forest goalkeeper is arguably the way to go. But again, that's just my kind of current situation right now. You could spend a little bit more and upgrade to a Raya or someone like that, or a Pickford, just to kind of solve all of that. Or you could have like two 4.5 mil playing goalkeepers if you do have the extra funds, and then rotate them, because even though like Flecken and Henderson on their own aren't great, rotating, they're actually like really good. So if you can find the extra 0.5, like say you currently have Raya or something and you maybe want to downgrade to two 4.5 mil keepers, I think, yeah, Flecken and Henderson do rotate really well. But yeah, as of right now, just for one of the 4.5 mil goalkeepers, I've gone with the Forest keeper again. Could be a Sells, could be Miguel. We kind of need to see who's going to be the number one. But either way, they've just got really good fixtures up to game week 10. So that's the goalkeepers. At the back, it's also changed a little bit as well. We have Konza. I've also brought Barco in as well, and I'll talk about him a little bit more in a minute. Also brought Colwill in as well, Castagna and Dan Burn. So the Dan Burn will definitely be Livramento if Trippier does decide to leave. I just feel like Livramento is going to offer so much more going forward than Burn. Obviously, the height presence on Burn is great on corners and stuff like that. It's just Livramento, I think, like I say, will offer a bit more on the attacking kind of sense. And as well as that, obviously defenders are going to get hurt by the whole bonus point changes this season, and I think that's just really going to hurt Dan Burn's potential in terms of points and stuff. Castagna, this probably could be a Mikolenko, could be anyone really. I mean, they don't have the greatest fixtures this back line. I'd probably start off the season with a Dan Burn, Barco and Konza triple up, and then just bench Colwill and Castagna. But either way, yeah, Castagna could be a Mikolenko if I wanted to, but currently got Castagna in just because the fixtures are really nice for Fulham after Man United. They've got Leicester and Ipswich and West Ham, the three after United, and obviously Castagna had a pretty decent season last season for Fulham, and I think he's a pretty decent player to have in your team as well. Colwill looks like he's a lot more nailed now under the new manager, and even though the Chelsea defence hasn't been great, with the fixtures coming up, I wouldn't mind having him on the bench and then obviously playing if need be, especially if he is nailed. Like, if they bring in a new goalkeeper, they might sort out the defense. I don't really know. Obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I don't really know the ins and outs and that. Just from an outside perspective, yeah, they don't look great pre-season at the moment, but obviously it is just pre-season. They will have players coming back and stuff like that. But yeah, just for a 4.5 mil defender, I don't think Colwill is that bad. Obviously, I've just spoken about how Sanchez is a bad option, but that's just because Sanchez probably isn't going to be in that starting 11. But Colwill, on the other hand, you know, if he is in the starting 11, which it looks like he is going to be under this new manager. Yeah, I don't mind him in my team at all. And also got Konza as well. Like I say, really, really nice fixtures for West Ham. They've got for Aston Villa. West Ham, first game of the season. Then after Arsenal, it's Leicester, Everton, Wolves, Ipswich. Yeah, really nice for Villa. And obviously, they had a really good season last season. So Konza, I feel like, is definitely going to be in the draft 100%. He's arguably the best 4.5 mil defender to own, in my opinion. And then also, we've gone Barco as well. Now, I didn't really speak too much about this guy. And Brighton's fixtures aren't incredible, but for like the Ipswich at home fixture in game week 4, the Forest at home fixture in game week 5, I think he could be a really, really good asset to own, even against like Everton away as well. Well, I might actually have to play in first game week if this was my team, because I'm not going to be playing Colwell against City, and I'm not going to be playing Castagna against United. So yeah, he probably would be in my game week 1 team. And then yeah, for 4 and 5, really good. I mean, Estepinian is out until apparently like September-ish time, or like the end of September or something like that. And you know, Barker's been taking all the set pieces pre-season. He's got a banging corner on him as well, by the way. Some of the corners he's been sending have been absolutely ridiculous. And for 4 mil, I think you could probably make a little bit of money on him as well. I think when people start seeing, you know, after game week 1 or 2 that he is starting, you know, with Estepinian out for an injury, and he is potentially getting an assist and stuff like that, I think that 4 mil price rise will probably go up to 4.1, 4.2, and you might be able to actually get like a cheeky 0.1 mil or something early on in the season, especially if he's doing well before Ipswich and Forest at home. People will definitely want him in for that. So yeah, I don't mind having him at all. I think now he is the best 4 mil defender to own. Obviously Johnson, I think, is still decent as well. You would have to get rid of Barco, obviously, when Estepinian's back, potentially. But yeah, as of right now, I think he's a really good enabler, especially for the Haaland and the Salah drafts. Either way, though, that's the defense, that's the goalkeepers. The midfield has also changed quite a bit as well, and I'm still kind of like umming and ahhing about this, but I do have... I don't have Salah anymore. I have gotten rid of Salah. But either way, we've got Saka, Palmer, Eze, Szoboszlai, and also Gordon as well. So Saka could easily be... a Son as well. Like if Saka doesn't end up playing, you know, because obviously getting back late from like Euros and stuff like that, if he doesn't start, you know, game week 1, then I probably won't go. Obviously I won't go with him in my team, because, you know, after game week 1, there's not really a lot of there's not really a lot going for Arsenal assets, really, because they've got Villa, Spurs and City in the first 5, and apart from that Wolves at home fixture, they don't look great. Obviously after that, look fantastic. But might be better off just, instead of Saka, going for somebody like Son, who's a bit of a differential, to be fair, in the grand scheme of things, because obviously he's got some nice fixtures at the start of the season, Leicester and Everton, and then game week 3 you can just get rid of him, you know, for a different player, maybe like a Foden or somebody like that. So I don't mind having him in the team instead of Saka. But as of right now, we do have Saka in the team, which again I'm not too worried about owning at all, unless obviously he's not starting. Palmer again could be an Nkunku, but again his numbers last season were just so good. I just don't think I can go without him. I think he's just gonna be so good after game week 1, maybe even during game week 1 as well. Like, we'll have to see, because obviously he played all right against City last season. But yeah, after that they've just got a sea of green fixtures for your penalty taker, for your talisman. Feel like you have to have Palmer. He's just gonna be so good. And then Eze, like I say, always going to be a staple on my drafts. I don't think I'm going to make a draft without him. I think on penalties for 7 mil, playing in a Palace team that looked really, really good, really, really sharp last season, I don't mind having him at all. And then Szoboszlai as well. I've been watching a lot of like the pre-season stuff for Liverpool and how they're like playing under the new manager and stuff. And honestly, I think he's going to be a bit of a wonder option this year. I think him and Nkunku are going to be like the best FPL price kind of assets to own. He's just playing much higher. Again, it'll change a bit, obviously, when they've got like centre forwards and extra strikers back and stuff like that. But as of right now, in what they're playing, I think that he's gonna actually do really, really well. And obviously, not owning Salah is worrying, but at the same time, I think not that he's gonna like fill his shoes, but I feel like he's just going to have a really, really good season. I just got that vibe, man. And for 6.5 mil, especially with the fixtures coming up as well, like, I'm a little bit worried about not owning Salah right now with these fixtures coming up. But, I mean, the other thing I could do, obviously, is downgrade Palmer to an Nkunku, go to 6.5 mil midfielders, and then obviously upgrade Saka to Salah. And then with those extra funds, I could upgrade a couple of the defenders to better players, or maybe even the goalkeepers. So that's something I'm also toying with. It's just, do you go with a Salah Haaland draft, or do you just go with one of them? It's one of those. It's like, do you go Saka and Palmer, or Salah and Nkunku? That's like one of the things to kind of think about. But yeah, double Liverpool attack with these fixtures. Like, I don't mind at all. I wouldn't mind it in the slightest. But either way, also got Gordon as well. Already spoken a lot about Gordon. I rate the Newcastle players highly at home. I think they had a really good season at home last season. And yeah, Gordon was a bit of a talisman and a bit of a template in that. So yeah, decent midfield, but again, Saka could change to Son, could change to Salah if I decide to downgrade Palmer to Nkunku. It's just, I feel like I'm losing more and more penalty takers if I do that, and I don't really want, like, there's already, you know, 2 midfielders in this lineup that don't take penalties, and Szoboszlai and Gordon, so I don't want to make that even more so. But either way, that's the midfield, and then up top we've got Haaland, Isak, and Stewart. So I brought Haaland in. He's been playing really well pre-season, and Chelsea have looked pretty shaky pre-season, and even though the Ipswich at home fixture is really nice for game week 2, I think he could still do bits against Chelsea as well. And obviously after that, they've just got pretty nice fixtures apart from that Arsenal home game as well. But obviously he's got an okay track record against Arsenal as well, so it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, and then apart from Newcastle, really nice fixtures for Haaland up. And like, if I'm wildcarding around game week 10, if that's the plan, again, might have to wildcard earlier. You never know what's going to happen. It's a decent place to do it, because that's when I'd probably still have Haaland, but that's when like a few players' fixtures kind of get a little bit worse, and obviously others get a little bit better. But either way, that is my current draft right now. Again, still undecided on a few things. Castagna could change to Mikalenko. Saka and Palmer could change to, like I say, Salah and Nkunku. I'll have to have a little look, but yeah, I think I'm more edging towards Haaland now over Salah if I don't go for both of them. But either way, let me know your thoughts on my draft. What are your thoughts on your draft as well? Let me know what your current teams are. If you enjoy the video, drop a like. Let's try it at 50 likes. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. And until next time, peace.